a couple desperate to move a church to their farm.
Protect everybody, protect the church.
Can they pull the century-old building 20 miles?
Jimmy, straighten them up.
Without it smashing to smithereens?
Straighten your wheels up.
Hauling this colossal church will be nothing short of one massive move. Late summer near Benson in Minnesota. Kathy and Dean Weckworth have been married for 7 years after she moved from Minneapolis-St. Paul, joining him on his idyllic farm.
She's just from the city, more or less. If opposites attract, we're opposites.
But Kathy had a good reason to move to the country.
My middle daughter was violently attacked, and we weren't sure at the time that she was going to make it through, that she was going to live.
Fortunately, her daughter made a full recovery, but the incident inspired Kathy to set up a Christian ministry to help women struggling with similar troubles.
I just wanted to make something positive out of something really negative. It just felt like evil was going to triumph, but I wasn't going to let it.
Her ministry has been so successful, she now needs a permanent workplace.
We really try to bring comfort and encouragement to those women and try to just be uplifting to them. And so we're going to have like a home base, a headquarters.
She's decided to set her HQ up at home on their farm, in this century-old church, which she's going to move to the site. Frank Lake Covenant has stood proud for 112 years. Thousands of people have worshipped here over the decades, but funds have dried up and it's threatened with demolition.
If we can't maintain it and no one will buy it, we'll have to tear it down, burn it up.
Today, former parishioners are holding one last service to say goodbye.
It's bittersweet. It is very bittersweet. When the choir was practicing, I had tears.
Kathy and Dean are buying the church for just $1 and trucking it to this beautiful grove on their farm.
I totally believed something would be here because there was just that great, fabulous spot.
I thought it was just a joke at first, but I staked out the measurements in that spot and it worked. It fit just perfect.
It might be a bargain, but moving this old building will set them back $17,000. New foundations and restoration, another $20,000, bringing the grand total to $37,001. A big figure to risk.
I believe in old buildings like this. Builders today are not doing the same kind of things. It's so lovely. It's lovely architecture. And it's a lot of money, but for me, it was just very much worth it.
But the church needs moving. More than 20 miles to reach her farm. It faces an epic endurance test. Dirt tracks and bumpy fields will make this holy house move an almighty challenge. Kathy's called in Tyne Moving to pull off this feat. They've been in business longer than the church. Matt and cousin Tim Tyne are the 4th generation of mighty Minnesota movers.
It was started by my great-grandfather, and obviously the business has changed a lot over the years. When he first started, he had screw jacks and live horsepower.
Matt's crew are used to trucking houses, so this church will test their mettle.
The height of the church is at 35 feet, plus the steeple sticks up about an additional 10 to 12 feet. So we're definitely going to have that presenting somewhat of an issue.
With the steeple on, the church stands proud at over 45 feet tall. And it will be even taller when loaded on the truck, putting it on a collision course. So they need to take it off, but this won't be easy. It's been fixed on the roof for over a century. They must remove its wood panels with extreme care and rehouse a family of bats. Then they'll have to call in a crane to hoist it to the ground, keeping their fingers crossed the winds don't get up. It's not just bats infesting this belfry.
I need hornet spray, and I need to get out of here right now.
Kathy delivers the hornet spray, and Matt braves the biblical plague.
Frightening and scary, bats flying out. Oh my goodness, are you okay, Matt?
I don't like that, Kathy, when I have eyes looking at me.
Seen enough bats for one day, I'll tell you that. Too many.
They're defenseless creatures, guys. Come on. With the Steeple released, its survival rests on a wing and a prayer.
It's plenty breezy for what we want to do. I would feel better if the wind were to die down. You got to make sure those straps are right, because if you have a twist or something isn't rigged right, a problem develops halfway into it or it's in the air. It's too late, you're in trouble.
I'm trying not to cry.
It's windy. What the hell? How is it?
Battling ungodly gusts, it's touch and go. It takes half an hour of acrobatics to guide the Steeple down.
And there it is, down. I'm glad to have it down to the ground. That's good in the wind.
My wife told me I was supposed to be taking pictures, and I forgot to take the pictures. I was so busy watching everything.
In Minnesota, Kathy and Dean Weckworth have bought this colossal church for just $1 and are moving it 20 miles to their farm to turn it into a ministry.
The church is from 1900, and I love it.
Matt Tynes' move crew have sliced off its steeple. Now they face an even bigger challenge. Lift it off its ancient foundations onto a truck.
You're watching everybody moving a mile a minute, and of course I've never seen it done, so it's making me kind of nervous. You know, in 1900, all of these huge rocks are what made up the foundation. And so it's really kind of a sad thing because, you know, part of that history is just kind of dissolving in front of your face.
A wise man built this church upon the rocks, but they're making life tough for Matt.
A lot of them were built out of old field stones like this one here. All these stones back then were placed by hand. I mean, 3 of us could not budge this rock, and they took and they put the whole foundation together. It's absolutely amazing.
And outside, Tim discovers that the floor is disintegrating.
This doesn't quite cut it.
While it looks perfect inside, this church was not built to move. And no one has checked the joists that support the building. Until now, and it doesn't look good. A century of moisture has rotted them. Lift the church now, and you'd need a miracle to stop it from collapsing. So Mover Matt must become a maker. He'll build special boxes to brace the building in between the soft joists and bolster the old beams with new planks of wood. Only then can Matt try to lift and load the church.
It's a little bit of extra work, take a little bit of extra time, but that's what it's got to be.
They slide steel beams under the floor to hold it rigid, but the ancient footings pose a constant threat.
Oh no, what's gonna happen?
There's rocks that are caught up in between the floor joists. Careful in there, Jake. Get out from behind that rock wall. If that thing were to go. Run in this way a little bit.
After 6 hours of toil, the church is finally ready to break free.
I'm hoping everything's gonna stay where it's supposed to.
You're jacking this building up that was not supposed to be jacked. It was built in 1900.
Slowly and surely, Kathy's church lifts off.
They're raising it up and it's looking good.
Next task, turn the church into a holy roller and haul it 30 meters to the roadside.
Ready, Joe? Watch that hose as I come in.
We watched all the rocks fall out and all the digging go, you know, underneath it, and
So it will be a moment of truth to see what's going to happen.
Matt's crew build a makeshift runway to stop the 75-ton building from sinking into the soft soil.
The boulders are clear and we're ready to roll ahead. Come!
Uh-oh.
Back up just a little bit.
Yikes.
It takes the whole afternoon to reach the road. The 20-mile cross-country trek ahead may be too ambitious.
It's been a long day playing in the dirt, that's for sure. It's time to go have a beer.
I have an incredible sense of relief knowing that it's up off the ground now and that, you know, we're ready to go on Tuesday morning.
It's 8 a.m. in Minnesota and the day of the big move.
How are you?
Hey, good.
Kathy and Dean are not taking any chances with their new ministry.
Protect everybody, protect the church. In your name, amen. Woohoo! Okay, let's move a church!
Police have given Matt's crew 10 hours to complete the 20-mile trek and clear the building off the road.
We want to be as close to being there on the time that we had told them as possible. We don't like to run late.
There they go.
Here's Frank Lake, and there's the Frank Lake Church.
Yeah.
It's the last time they're going to be together.
The route ahead is lined with obstacles.
It looked very close to tipping over into the lake, but it just was scary for a few minutes. I was like, oh, there it goes.
The church receives a warm welcome as it passes by another church.
I love hearing the bells ringing from the old church.
But these trees are a little too close for comfort.
Uh-oh.
You got good room?
Uh-oh. He's hitting.
Real easy, Tim.
Made it.
Relief.
I feel blessed. That went about as smooth as it could possibly go. The big man upstairs is riding shotgun today.
But up ahead, there's a hurdle that could derail everything.
We're headed towards the railroad tracks, which can always be challenging.
We are going to be crossing the tracks here in about the next 10 minutes. Give me a call, you get a chance. Thanks.
This is one of the busiest railroads in the state, but the man in charge of it isn't picking up Matt's calls.
He's the poorest excuse for a line superintendent I've ever seen.
It's not a place to take chances. Trains thunder past at 70 miles per hour. There's no let-up. Without assistance, they could time this crossing wrong and face a train wreck.
They were going to be here, so if they're not here, we'll just go through. Keep trucking.
The county sheriff decides it's okay for Matt to take a chance, but he must move fast.
It's going to be tight. We'll have one wheel off the track on one side. Up!
He should have probably went a little bit more forward.
This is not the place to get stuck.
Watch that pull.
Oh my goodness. From here, it looks really close. Whew, that was a relief. You were right, that was too close.
Look good, didn't it?
Oh, it looks so beautiful to me, even though it's just old and needs some help. Doesn't it look good?
12 miles into the trek lies another daunting obstruction. A massive power cable, and it's live. The church soars 35 feet tall, even without the steeple. Go too close, and Kathy's precious church could be toast. So the crew need to take drastic action, rip the signs out, and detour dangerously close to a ditch, hoping the current doesn't arc.
Make sure nobody goes underneath the house when we're coming underneath there, because this will be live.
How tight's it gonna be? It's gonna be tight.
This doesn't happen every day. This is my first building doing this job. I wish my first wasn't quite this difficult.
There's thousands of volts overhead. Good luck, everybody.
Thanks, AJ. It's tight getting under this utility line right here.
The church limbos under the live wires.
Look his side of the road as much as you can for the clearance on that overhead wire, please.
10-4.
It looked a little scary, a little iffy, but I think it's gonna be okay.
Okay, you're good.
And that's how you do that, right?
Kathy and Dean set off ahead to prepare a holy homecoming for the church. But there's more trouble on the horizon for Matt's team.
Looks like we got some weather moving in. We could possibly get some rain, which wouldn't be a very welcome factor here today.
In Minnesota, Kathy and Dean's new ministry is now just a few miles from their farm. They're tuning up to welcome the church in harmony.
How sweet the sound that saved a wretch.
This is definitely the first time we've had a reception for the receiving of a building quite like this.
But this move's not over yet. The last 50 meters could be the most treacherous part of the journey for the fragile building. It's a tight squeeze onto the foundations. Try backing the church on now, and trees could rip it apart. So Matt's team have no choice but to go off-road and risk driving across Dean's muddy soybean field. They'll have to switch the wheels around to stop them jackknifing. Only then might Kathy's precious cargo reach the drop zone in one piece.
We're just gonna make a spot as to where that dolly there needs to end up. X marks the spot. Straighten up your wheels. Keep edging that way just a little bit. Straighten them up. It is a little bit softer than what I thought it was gonna be. Hold up. Let's look at that. I think we make that.
It's coming. Keep her coming. Right here.
Just a few yards to go, but Matt and Tim can't let down their guard.
Easy. Oh, whoa!
It scared me when it started coming down.
Little bit. Straighten your wheels up. That's good, Bert. Hold it. Up, up. Hold the brakes.
I feel relieved and like ready for a 12-hour nap. I'm really tired.
It feels good to get home at night and get cleaned up. There's no doubt about it.
In a few months' time, Kathy and Dean will have a brand new ministry in their backyard.
I can hardly wait to get in there and get going and do what I want to do with it. So I feel really, really good.
Two months after the church's salvation, Kathy's dreams come true as she throws open the doors.
So cool. It needs a little bit of work yet. So it's kind of exciting for me because you're the first people here to worship. It's come back to life. It's able to be a place of serving people.
just a great feeling having the light coming through those stained glass windows, and it just really felt good.
Thanks to Kathy and Dean, this century-old church could be in service for another 100 years.
We're saying to the people that worshiped in these walls, we're going to carry on, we're going to do this.